what do you say at this point, right? See, when a team is...
I know exactly what
when the team is bad for a while, you can sort of have fun with it. That's sort of what we did with the beginning of this show. Is like the Leafs had not made the playoffs, except for the 1-0 against Boston. It had been like one time in, 12, 13 years when we started the show, right? And so, then they finally get smart, get some good draft picks, and then one year they tank on purpose. You have to remember, the Toronto Maple Leafs came together. Nylander was a year they didn't mean to be bad and were. Marner was a year they didn't mean to be bad and were. And then Matthews, they were like, okay, we're going to be bad. And then they got Matthews, right? And so I just want to caution anyone who really feels this morning like a rebuild is on the books. I just hope you are prepared for what you're wishing for.
I'm not asking for a rebuild.
I know you're not. I'm just saying that most people in my stream last night were.
They're not. They don't have license to have a rebuild.
Well, we're not getting into that yet.
Yeah.
We're getting into the quote heard around the world. Now, I told you guys earlier this week that I felt that Craig Berube had lost the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Craig Berube confirmed last night in Washington that he has in fact lost the room. The quote is small in words, big in meaning, and we're going to break it down. Let's have a listen.
And to me, they played with more passion than we did tonight. I mean, that's what it boils down to. It looked to me like they had way more urgency in their game, more passion in their game. That's the difference.
How do you explain that, considering where you are at the standings?
Ask those guys, not me.
Pause. That's it, right there. Ask those guys, not me.
I nailed it. Like, I talked about, like, oh yeah, like when Craig Berube did the one shot on net, screaming, I was like, that's the moment he stopped being the Leafs head coach, right? And there was something else. I can't even remember what it was. Oh, I called him a liar. Remember, he's like, oh yeah, I thought we played all right. And
no, he didn't.
Outside of the first few minutes, and no, he's lying. He doesn't think this. And like, Justin Fisher, our social lead, said something I thought brilliant, just before the show began. I don't think bad coaches win the Stanley Cup. I think it's pretty rare. But it's over. It's over. You can't coach here anymore. Not with this group.
I was thinking about it last night, guys, and it felt like, a relationship where it's like it starts off really good, but, by about the year mark, you're like, this isn't working the way it should, and by about 18 months, you guys are broken up. There are times when there's chemistry at the beginning, and then that chemistry fades for whatever reason, and it's over. And it doesn't mean that any person is a bad person. Mm-hmm. I'm just talking about the relationship context. I'm not talking about the Leafs context. It just means that, hey, you're not meant to be long-term. And I think that's what's happened here. I think that it worked last year. They won the division. They got to the second round. Yay. But
you know what's going to be crazy?
This year, it didn't work. And it's not working, and you kind of got to call the ball.
He's going to be head coach of the Sabres by the end of January.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Now, there were other quotes, and we will get to them. But what you saw last night, or perhaps what you didn't see, because a lot of people just won't watch,
for you.
Was a 4-0 drubbing.
For you.
Maddie and I we did the stream, and boy, it was pretty sad.
What was that like? So I find those games really hard.
Really?
Like, the Oilers game that I did this past weekend, all I had to tolerate was one bad period, and that was hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent the whole 20 minutes going, where did they go? Mm-hmm. Where did they go? What is it like when they are dawn to dusk, hot ass?
Well, they basically were on Tuesday, too.
Yeah.
Right? Except for the end, where I was like, man, this doesn't change anything how I feel about this
team.
Not
a lick.
I will enjoy the win, but no.
Not a lick.
You know what? You know what made it good? I have to be honest, is there was a lot of people on the stream sort of commiserating. Like, you feel like you've got a chance to talk it out with other people who feel the exact same way you do. And maybe there's differences of opinion on how to to tackle the problem itself and find a solution. But at the end of the day, the best part about those streams is that I'm not at home alone. I'm at least talking to people.
We will be your consolation.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a community, right?
Sure.
And so I feel like that for me was what made it good. Remember, I had to do Canucks Preds playoff games. That was horrible.
Right.
Those were horrible games. That was trial by fire.
Yes.
Nothing happened.
But, you know.
At least it was playoffs, I guess.
You're impartial. It's playoffs. There's stakes.
Yeah.
What are the stakes?
Oh, I don't know. And what's crazy is I think coming into this game, Jesse, combined scores in the last two combined scores in the last two Capitals games were 10-2 in favor of the other teams.
Oh,
the
no.
Capitals have been blown out 2 games in a row. And so this is a team that was not doing well as it stood. And they came in and just ran the Leafs over. Now,
You know what's the best
oh, go ahead, Jeff.
best troll? It's talking about the Capitals coming into the game and then being on a losing streak and then Leafs beat up on them. Best troll of the night last night was on Leafs Reddit. I like perusing Leafs Reddit every once in a while after tough losses like that. Top tier rage bait on the internet. A dude makes a long post about how the loss was Dennis Hildeby's fault.
So there's a fan of another team going, let's go.
So he's like, the Capitals came in on a losing streak. This was the one they're going to get. And you needed top-notch goaltending for the Leafs to win this game. And Dennis Hildeby wasn't able to provide top-tier goaltending for the Leafs to win this game. And it was like 2 paragraphs long and just the comments of people going at him. And I was like, that guy won. That guy won last night.
Yeah.
Leafs Reddit is very good for finding a clip of me where I make a good point. And they're like, you know what? I usually hate this loudmouth, fat sack of crap, know-nothing piece of shit. But he was spitting in this one. like damn. He had a really good point in this
Every
one.
time there's Steve Dangle and it's in the little square brackets, and then you say something, and it's like, oh, he said something really smart and right. It's just insults followed by, oh, this is a good point.
You can just say good point. That's all right. That's all right. You can just say good point. That's all right.
Oh goodness! You know who had a good line last night that deserves a shout out? Hat guy.
Yeah?
Hat guy with a tariffs bar
Yeah.
about the Washington Capitals and the tariffs on the goals. That's a bar.
I'll let him know.
Yeah, let him know when he gets out of your basement.
I will. Producer Drew sent me a text about that this morning, and I forgot about the intro of the video because I spent 20 minutes lying on the floor.
Yeah. You do a good impression of Hat guy. Could you recreate the bar for us?
Like, oh, was there a tariff on goals too?
It made me chuckle.
No, he's good. He's good. I'll let him know.
Good. He's got something going there.
I'll let him
He
know.
should keep at that.
Should we have him on the show?
No.
No.
That'd be a disaster.
No,
we mustn't.
Friend of the show, Sid Sixero, posted this, but it was readily available in the Leafs post game on YouTube if you wanted to watch it. What does a former Stanley Cup champion think about this team and the way they're playing? You know, because here are the quotes that I keep getting, right? So I'm gonna pull up Luke Fox's article. Here's what we got. John Tavares. We weren't really crisp with the puck. Things weren't always clean. And that's where you got to fall back on being a difficult team to play against, and we weren't tough to play against today. William Nylander. We're a bit disconnected. I mean, some stints where we got them, but not good enough. I mean, a couple of shifts here and there, it's not going to cut it. Austin Matthews, we just made it really easy on them. The neutral zone was a highway for them to get through. I don't know. We just made it easy for them. I want you
Who's we?
Well, the whole team.
Yeah?
I would like to hear what Oliver Ekman-Larsson had to say. Because Oliver Ekman-Larsson, former Stanley Cup winner.
No. That's where you're wrong.
What do you mean?
Stanley Cup winner.
Okay. All right.
There's no former about it.
No, he's a Stanley Cup winner.
Forever.
Right.
He's right. Steve's right.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
What did the Stanley Cup winner have to say, Jesse Blake?
I don't know. Let's hear from OEL.
What made the Capitals a difficult challenge for you guys?
I think they were a little bit more desperate than us. Obviously, we got to come out harder. I thought we were pretty flat the whole night. Didn't really create anything. We gave up a lot of chances, and they looked good.
How do you explain that they're more desperate when you look at the standings and maybe you guys should be?
No, I agree. Totally agree with you. That's what we're talking about. That's what we want to do. But it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to do it. And I think that's the hard part right now. And that's something we need to figure out. I think I mean, it's going to be nice that you don't have it. It's going to be nice that you don't have the puck play. But the compete is got to be there. So that's something that we have to bring every single day. And I thought they competed a little bit harder than us today.
Why did your power play struggle tonight?
I thought we had some good looks, but obviously didn't get the goals, get the results.
It's particularly disappointing that you guys had that momentum drive to finish the game, the previous one, and it wasn't you weren't able to carry that forward into it.
Yeah, I don't think we deserved better tonight. I thought, turned too many pucks over, had to defend a little bit too much, and I think the power play is gonna have to step up too, because it's a big part of it, like you talked about, and you don't get any points for looking good sometimes. So, but it's a start, and I think we gotta work. We got some work to do here.
Is that not a leader?
That's such a vet. He had one slight blemish in the whole thing, and he went out of his way to interrupt himself in the middle of his next answer to be like, actually, I have another thought on the power play, and you don't get points for looking good. This guy, who's more decorated on the Leafs roster than Oliver Ekman-Larsson? He's got a really disrespected career, and that's because his best years were in Arizona and his worst years were in Vancouver. That's tough. That is tough for your reputation. But Hockey Reference, one of the things, every website does something better than everyone else. And Hockey Reference will tell you what the votes were for individual awards. It's my favorite thing about their website. In his third season in the NHL, he was 7th in Norris voting, 14th, 17th, 9th, and 11th. This guy was in the atmosphere, in the orbit of the Norris conversation for the prime of his career. It went away, and it went away fast. Bad. And he gets out of Vancouver, completely reinvents himself, wins a cup, and now he's having his best season in 10 years. And that's not a guy who it's his first rodeo. Perfect. A+. How often do we get on this show and watch a press conference from a Leaf and go, A+?
Never.
He nailed it. And he has license to nail it because he's a leader, he's a vet, he's decorated, and he's one of the only guys on this team this season who's pulling his weight. And I gotta say, Matthews, again, with the pointing. Remember in the Panthers series, too many passengers. It's okay to say we, and when you say we, you're like, yeah, well, I'm included in the we. You know how much respect he would get from Leafs Nation if he was just like, I have not been up to my standard at all. It's scary. Mm-hmm. The idea that Matthews is gone, he's gone. Mm-hmm. The idea that Matthews is gone it's our number one fear. It's been our number one fear since October 2016. He scored 4 goals. And we thought, please let nothing ever take the greatest gift in this franchise's history away from us. He's gone.
I want to bring you back to June 11th, 2021. And I'm just going to quote it. We don't need to run the clip. I did send it to Jesse, but it's 2 minutes long. I don't know when we're going to get to it. Who said, I'm going into my 9th year next year and I haven't won shit?
Nathan big, giant balls McKinnon.
What happened?
He won a cup in short order. Yeah, because that's who Nathan McKinnon is. He's a dog.
And if you notice in his press conference, in that particular press conference, or even the one, guys, when Nathan McKinnon and the Colorado Avalanche were eliminated in Game 7 by the Dallas Stars this year, like earlier this year in the spring, his eyes are red. He's in tears. And he just said, like, again, I don't know what we're going to do. And
I know what we're... Now we know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
They're going to take it out on the entire league.
They're going to be pissed about it all summer. And then, yeah. And what's amazing is if we got one press conference like that from any one of these guys,
no,
people would be like, I can relate to that.
You want to hear the Austin words?
Sure.
Not really.
Just made it really easy for them. The neutral zone was, a highway for them to get through, and I don't know. We just made it so easy for them, and they're obviously a skilled team, a lot of talent, a lot of speed, and I don't think we put enough stress on them on both sides of the puck.
What has to change on the power play?
I don't know. I mean, just execution. It's like 1-2 passes, and then like the next one's not a good one, or it's just not being executed, and I thought we had some good progress, and then tonight was definitely a step back in that regard, just as far as execution goes, opportunities. Couldn't really get much going in that regard, especially in a game where there's not much offensively going on.
Why was it difficult for your line in particular to get things going offensively?
Thank you. Good question.
I don't know. I mean, it's just, it's tough to kind of pinpoint what that was. I mean, I think it was a number of different things. As a team, I just don't think we competed hard enough. They won more battles, and like I said, we just didn't make it hard on them. Didn't win puck battles, didn't forecheck well. A team that has that amount of skill that plays a lot of east-west like that, it's going to be an easy night for them when you can't break up plays or you're not on top of people with speed.
Just really uninspiring and disheartening. And the question about, what happened to your line, or what was up with your line tonight, nailed it. I think the bottom six last night and lately has been fine. Fine. Wah and Joshua, every time they're on the ice, something happens.
Lawton and Lorenz, same thing.
And whoever they put with them. There was that one Bobby McMahon play where he just
torched,
sort of forgot he was out there. I don't know what that was. That was,
but he did have another one where he used his blazing speed finally.
Oh, he's got for the first
often.
half of the game, he was one of the only Leafs who vaguely had a chance. Right, the Lawton, Lorentz, and whoever is with them line
doesn't seem to matter. It could be Domi, Robertson, Yarncroke.
Usually does pretty well. I know they were on for a goal against last night, but they usually do pretty well. On D, I think it's a talent issue. It's a D core with flaws, but those flaws are exacerbated by they're missing 2/3 of the right side. Like, that'll kill you, right? The top six is hog shit. Hog shit. Like Matthews is getting a lot of criticism, and it's deserved because he's a husk of his former self. And at the end of the day, he's the captain. I would scratch William Nylander for the next game. I would. What the fuck are you doing out there? There was one, he hates the puck. I think he hates it. I don't know if they got into an argument, he insulted his family or what. He hates the hockey puck. He hates it. Cannot stand the damn thing. I don't know what he's going through. I don't know if he's just very nakedly trying to get his coach fired, which is what I'm pretty sure it is. Or if he's just not interested in the thing he's paid $11.5 million to do right now. I would not put him in the lineup for my pro hockey team's next pro hockey game because he's that awful and irrelevant. It's the top six. Tavares, we give a pass to because he took the huge discount. But the hot start, that's gone, right? Nyes, he got the big contract. He's been cold lately. And there's two guys who I think James Myrtle had the stat. They haven't gotten a power play point in 20 games.
That's so insane.
They're on the top unit. And like that's one thing that Savard and Berube have to wear. What the fuck? Why is the top unit stayed nearly identical while you're in free fall? Actually, you're not in free fall. You're at rest.
By the way,
it's like an acorn being described as being in free fall once it falls off a tree and lands in the grass. It's not going to go further below.
The Myrtle thing you're talking about?
Yeah.
It's incredible. It says last power play, Leafs last.
Leafs, no, you got
power
it.
play is down to 10% over the last 16 games. Unbelievably awful. PP production in that span. William Nylander has 3 points, 1 goal. Yep. Morgan Riley has 2 points. Austin Matthews has 2 goals, 2 points. Max Domi has 1 assist, no goals. Nick Waugh's got a 1 goal.
Jesus
Michelli has 1 assist. Bobby McMahon has 1 assist. Those are the only 7.
Michelli hasn't played in 9 games.
Michelli hasn't played ever.
Where's Tavares?
And
where's Nyes?
They're not
there
on this list.
Oh my God.
That's incredible.
Okay, like listen, Michelli has been not very good. He has not been scratched for 9 straight games bad. He has not. He's been an offensively capable player all season. He has. But anyway, that's Michelli, and we're getting into the weeds here. Mm-hmm. Like I'm kind of like there isn't the hellfire and brimstone that there is, because when you see me screaming and angry and full of fire,
piss and vinegar.
Oh, that's such a good dad one. Mm-hmm. Piss and vinegar. I am fighting to protect something. I'm begging, I'm pleading. And it's like now I just feel like that would be asking for something that is no longer available. It's over. This coach is no longer the coach of this team. His staff, I think chunks of it are going to go as well. I'm perfectly open to a GM change. And I don't know what that changes, but the idea of sitting here and doing nothing is completely infuriating. Like I've heard things about like the pro scouting staff just being at a loss. You are the most expensive staff money can buy. What are you talking about?